Yamaha Snowmobile Troubleshooting. If you're looking for help fixing your Yamaha snowmobile, look no further. Our comprehensive Yamaha Snowmobile Troubleshooting Guide will explain common issues, provide tips, and show you how to read your model's error codes. If none of the quick fixes work, you're going to have to dig a little deeper into your sled's engine. Remember, there are 3 essential components necessary for your snowmobile to run properly: fuel, air mixture, a spark, compression. A problem in any one of these components could cause your sled to underperform or stop running altogether. Here are some of the most common problems with these components: flooded engine. It's possible to flood your snowmobile engine due to over-choking, over-priming it. If this is the case, you might smell gas or even see it running out of the exhaust pipe. While the gas will eventually evaporate, allowing you to start the engine, you're not going to want to wait if you're out in the cold. Fortunately, you can manually clear the line using these steps. Hit the kill switch. Pull the spark plugs. Hold the throttle open. Pull the starter cord 15-20 times to clear the line. Wipe off the spark plugs and replace them. Dried out fuel lines and carburetor. On the opposite end of the spectrum are fuel lines and a carburetor that have dried out. This is common when the snowmobile has not been run for a while and can sometimes be corrected with the proper use of a carburetor cleaner or starter fluid. In extreme cases, where the combustion chamber is not receiving any fuel at all, you may be facing either having the carburetor cleaned or even rebuilding. Old spark plugs. Spark plugs can be tested by removing them and grounding them on the ahead bolt so that when the engine is turned over a spark is visible. If a spark isn't visible or seems weak, it's a good indication that your plugs need to be changed. If the spark plugs are working, or you've replaced them but the engine will still not turn over, there may be a problem with the electrical system. Check the coils and wires, plug caps, the regulator, and the charging-discharge ignition box. Low compression. If your snowmobile is not as powerful as it once was or isn't running at all and you've ruled out the other causes above, low compression could be the culprit. In this case, you want to perform a compression test on each cylinder in your machine's engine. The optimal compression is 120 psi pounds per square inch or greater. Anything below 110 could signal a potential issue, and an engine typically won't run with much less than 100 psi compression. You also want to make sure the compression is equal in all cylinders. If you find the compression in one or all cylinders is low, the problem could be scored cylinders or pistons, a damaged crank seal, piston rings that are worn out, or a defective head gasket. Problems with the clutch system. If you are experiencing trouble with your drive belt, you're certainly going to notice it. You'll either feel it or hear it. If your snowmobile belt fails due to disintegration, glazing, hourglassing, or it breaks either partially or completely, your snowmobile will be rendered inoperable until this drive belt system is replaced. Source: upnorthsports.com